Amici di Groove Portal, siamo qui con John Macaluso. Adesso faremo qualche domanda.
Ciao ragazzi! Ciao ragazzi! Ok.
Fantastico, John. Allora, John, first question about your whole musical life, and your name appears on many important recordings, as in Malmsteen albums, Arc, TNT, Alex Masi, solo project, Vitaly Kupri, touring with James Labrie in the Elements of Persuasion tour. How is to work with such great artists? How is the human relationship between you and other musicians? And what is the difference? I've read that you make many studio sessions with unknown artists. How is the difference to play with bands in which you know musician, you are a friend of it, and the difference between working as a studio musician?
Okay, good question. I personally like recording more than playing live, because recording is for life. When you do an album, it's for life. It's what you play that day, people are going to hear forever. So it's more of a challenge. If you play a gig, only the people at the gig will see and hear that gig. So for that reason, I like the studio. And it's more challenging to me. But I just spent the last 3 years only doing studio work. I didn't tour. And I kind of missed touring. And now I'm back on tour. And I love it again. I got the fire back. So it's perfect time for me to get out there. I kind of missed playing in front of people. And about touring with my friends, that's why when I made the Union Radio album, I got all my best friends on it. You know, Marco Stoli from James Labrie and Mike DeMeo from Riot, Vitaly Kupri, Randy Coven. These are all my best friends. And it was amazing to play with them. Because we could mess around. I'd be like, that sucked, do it again. Ah, ha, ha, you know. It wasn't like all serious, you know. And I could rely on them because I knew they were great players. About James Labrie, the tour was phenomenal. He's a great guy. And Marcus Foley's brilliant. One of the best guitar players I've ever played with. And it was just a great tour. I wish it lasted longer. Because we only did less than a month of touring, you know. But yeah. I'm just excited to be playing in front of people again, touring again. I'm free.
And stay out!
Lol.
Talking about studio work, studio session, how you relate with songs that people brought to you? People send you some demo tapes, you listen to it, you transcribe sheets, paper scores.
They send me tracks. I usually tell them I listen to it, but I don't. I play better hearing a track twice and going to record it. It's fresh, it's new to me. So I usually go in the studio, I listen twice, and we go for it. You know, I recently recorded with a great Italian guitar player from Sardinia named Francesco Mara, and we did a song in the studio. And we just did it on the spot. I listened and we did it, you know. Sometimes if stuff is very complicated, of course I take it, I make a CD and I drive in my car and listen to it. But I'm better when I listen a couple of times and I just play. Because I don't think too much. It's fresh, you know. I'm kind of used to that. I only chart things out if the songs are very long and involved, you know, like very, very progressive. I'll chart out 7, 8, 9, 8 time signatures, or you know, play Stuart Copeland hi-hat pattern, you know, play Terry Bozzio double bass fill. I write notes to myself sometimes, you know. That's what I do in the studio.
Okay.
Capito?
Yeah, capito. There are some cases in which you are limiting yourself to play.
Yeah.
There was moments in which you thought that you was overplaying, or times in which you think I'm going to do very long fields, complicated fields. You work better in all situations when you are going to make a steady groove, or when you have to.
It's a frame of mind, if you know what I mean. If I'm going to record a song that's like AC/DC style, I take away my double pedal. I don't even have it. And I'll take away most of my drums and just concentrate. Doom, da, doom, da. I love it. I love playing straight beat, you know, because I could really get aggressive. And then I have to switch my brain to do the arc style stuff, or the James LaBrie, or Alex Massi. That's more creative and kind of fantasy. It's two different heads. If I go into the AC/DC song and start going, I'm going to get kicked out of the band. You know, so you have to kind of put yourself in the right situation, the right frame of mind. It's very mental. You know, I have to be in the mood and forget about double bass and odd times when I'm doing AC/DC style, you know. But I love them both. I love both of those styles.
Okay. Our website deal mainly about groove. It is Groove Portal. That's
Okay.
it.
Cool.
It is about rhythm groove.
Mm-hmm.
What's the meaning for you? What's the meaning of groove for
Okay,
you?
yeah. Groove is watching the audience do this. And that's all it is. If you think you're playing good and the audience is not doing this or this, I don't think you're grooving. You should really watch and see. You have to connect with the audience, you know. On a record, groove is, if you put a click track on, I play behind the click track purposely. So when the click track comes off, you get a feeling of this. Kind of, you're not like this. You're more sinking in. You know, everything's backbeat behind the beat. Even with arc, I played everything back. I pulled it back so it wasn't so mechanical. So groove to me is not playing exactly perfectly in time. It's pulling it back and giving a little bit of dirt. You need dirt. Led Zeppelin, The Who, they had dirt. You know, if you understand what I mean. There was something not perfect about it, which made it perfect.
Not quantized. Not properly quantized.
It was beautiful. The sound was dirty, and the playing was on time, but still a tiny bit sloppy, which is cool. You know, sometimes I purposely try to play that way. You know, not so perfect. You know, a little bit, and it makes people do this. You know.
Great. Okay, John, last question
about
your future collaboration and the work. There are rumors for the new Arc album.
It's real.
Can you tell something?
The rumors are real. We're back together. And it's been 10 years since Burn the Sun. 2001. And now it's 2000. No, my God, it's 2011. Oh, 10 years. We got the band back together. There's some changes in the lineup. New singer. And I can't give you his name right now, but very soon. He's from Sweden. He's from Stockholm. He's kind of he's a younger guy. Maybe he's like 28, and he's just really great. Original. On stage, he's captivating. He's like a Jim Morrison. He makes people just like, you know, they don't know what he's gonna do next. Freak out or fall on the floor or just stand there, and he's really unpredictable on stage, which is great. He's very theatrical. Voice-wise, he's way different than Jorn. I thought if we get somebody like Jorn, there is no other Jorn, you know. But if we get that voice, it's kind of like people are going to go, oh, you're trying to recreate Jorn. So I went totally in another direction, and the music is still similar. Heavy on the double bass, odd times, jungle drum and bass, Pink Floyd-y type grooves. Tor's doing his flamenco, and the music is almost all done. We wrote 8 songs. So tomorrow I go to Sweden, and I'm living there now, and we're going to finish this album. And by this summer, we're going to start recording it. We're not stopping this time. And I'm very proud of it so far. The songs are amazing. So, and what could I say? We're back. And this time we're not going to stop, no matter what happens. We're going to tour. And that's the plan. And we're coming to Italia. All over Italia. So that's what we're going to do. Because we never got to play in Italy. The closest we played was Z7 in Switzerland. And a bunch of Italians came over to watch us, which was cool. But this time we're coming to Italy. And that's the plan. Look out for the new Ark album. It's going to be the best one yet.
Yeah. John, thank you for your time.
Thank you, my friend.
It's been a pleasure.
Ok. Ciao ragazzi.